What's up? It's me again, except I have a Mavic 2 Pro this time. Yesterday, we talked about the importance of getting eyeballs in your work, promoting yourself, and making more money, directly or indirectly, for flying drones, and how you can use video to promote yourself no matter what you do, or just to bring you more attention. We also talked about some of the fears that are stopping people from pursuing this more aggressively, which are, I don't think clients want to pay that much for me to film. I've gotten my drone out there and filmed, and now I don't know what to do with it. I don't know why my stuff isn't as good as what I see online, and I don't know where to begin. And the last one would be, I don't really see myself using video to make that big of a difference anyway. That's where we're going to start today with number 4. I don't see it making that big of a difference. Something you have to understand about everything I'm going to tell you in these videos, you can't expect to go post on Instagram or put a video on Facebook, 3 hours later with 50 views, somebody calls you up and says, holy smokes, I'm this guy who drives a Bentley and I have so much money, please come film my estate, here's $10,000. It just doesn't work that way. The same way you can't do 20 push-ups and then wonder why you're not ripped yet, even though we're absolutely all going to do that anyway. It's more like learning the routine to get in. So it's the diet, learning when to eat and what to eat and when to run and when to switch your weight routine up. And then 2 months down the line, when you see how far you've come and you start getting comments from people, you're going to look back and go, why didn't I ever do that from the beginning? I wasted so much time. I'm not talking about learning to get quality shots. You can learn that quickly. I'm talking about when you'll feel all the benefit of using all these other avenues to promote with video. And that comes from posting to social channels like Instagram or Facebook and tagging your location and giving a write-up of what you shot this on and why and how you got the shot. And that's mostly for other photographers and camera operators, but it also lets people know who potentially want to hire you that you're not just one of these accounts that repost other people's stuff and you actually got this shot yourself. You're the photographer. Do the same thing on YouTube. Give a description with your contact info and your website, especially if you only plan on making one big long video that's going to soak up views for years. Or you can post segmented clips from different sections of town or from different seasons, just in smaller increments, and these videos are like 30 to 45 seconds. This just makes you a consistent poster who's active online regularly. Google and other search engines love to see content, but what they love more is seeing consistent content. Absolutely make sure your name is on it in the description or the title. And it is absolutely crucial that you have your website or portfolio linked in all of them so they're tied back somewhere. It's not important that you get 10 billion views and you can't expect that to happen realistically. Great if you do, then all your problems are solved. But expect for that not to happen. You just want all these outlets for media to be tied back to one website or one portfolio. The way it sees it is that all these really popular sites, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Vimeo, all have videos posting associated with keywords with your name tied to it. So Scottsdale video production, Alex Harris drones, Alex Harris photography. Google will acknowledge that you're the guy who's doing the most stuff on the most outlets, which means you're probably popular, you're probably busy, and you have a lot of action and cool stuff to share. That makes you look busy and popular and cool, all because of the other ones that are pointing back to you. You do it consistently and it's up to date, so you're relevant and recent. In Google's eyes, video is something that legitimate companies do because it costs money and it's difficult to produce. Not everybody can do it. And since you can easily edit and produce as many videos as you need to and put them up constantly, you look like you're putting a huge effort into getting the word out about whatever you do. So you'll show up in search results for maps or images or actually just videos before normal results probably. This might not happen overnight, or maybe it will if you get a ton of views on a video. The point is something you should start putting work into now. If you want to go a little bit further, you could break down all that footage you filmed into 5 to 10 second little clips, just the cleanest, smoothest, nicest shots you have. Then take that footage online and sell it at stock footage sites. And 4K footage, which is what most drones do these days, goes from like $30 to $200, depending on the quality and how rare what you're filming is. I'm talking about a sunset, which everybody has, versus fireworks going off on New Year's with a forest fire going on in the background or something, I don't know, a tornado. But stock footage is a strange and fickle business. You might post 20 clips and 4 months later, none of them sell, but one of them sold 20 times. I don't know why buyers are just that way. That's the nature of the beast. But even still, this is a video-based website and you have content all over it with links back to your website. So again, you look more video-oriented and it helps promote you even more whether you want it or not. The last thing that happens a lot for me, for some reason, earlier I mentioned making a reel of your city. You can put this online just for funsies, just for practice in your downtime, whatever. But I keep getting calls after people watch that for who knows why. And this is the news, or these are networks who are trying to get footage in town. And instead of paying some camera operator or a drone pilot $800 to go fly around and get this stuff, hoping the weather's good at dealing with a new person, they'll see what they want in your reel and they'll say, how much for this clip? You save them all the stress of having to deal with what I just listed. So you can say, I want 200 for it. Or you can say it's 150 a clip if you want 10, or 200 a piece if you want 5 of them. This is something I was putting out there just for a reel to have my name tied to it for search engine reasons, and it just keeps happening that way. This is me not aggressively pushing it. So if you were a better salesman than me, you could film something, make sure you have your best stuff in there from all over town, and then go to marketing agencies or PR companies, shop the footage and say, hey, I'm the guy with tons of stock footage next time you want it. You can license any of this footage, or you can use some of it if you recommend me to your friends. The point is, like your diet and exercise, this might not happen overnight, but again, the day you get the call when somebody says, I saw your reel and I like this thing right here, I want to pay you for it. Or they say, I want something similar and you have the smoothest shots or the best color. How much do you want to go film for a day? It is really, really, really satisfying. So how this works for you, if you don't actually fly for money, you don't want to do this for commercial stuff, but you have a drone, you want to make use of it. Whatever you do, I'm sure you have a house. You probably live in a neighborhood with other people around you. You are already relevant to everybody because you live nearby them. So any shot of a city or any shot of the weather recently or the clouds when they look really cool is relevant to everybody because maybe they saw it on the way home from work, but they missed it because they were driving, or because people just talk about the weather. They just do when they don't know what else to talk about. So share that with them. I know it's totally unrelated to your business. You have two options if you have a really boring job. Either say, I'm a cucumber salesman and I have an Instagram and Facebook where I post neat cucumbers and I have a very humble living because I don't make many sales. Or you can be the cucumber guy who for some reason has really awesome sunset shots in town and stuff from July 4th and holidays. So you get people to come look at your stuff or like it or share it for unrelated reasons. You get eyeballs on you, you get tons of attention. And then once every 10, 20 posts, whatever, you can slide in a cucumber. So you have 9 posts of beautiful stuff around town, and then you slide one cucumber salesy bit in there. Hey, buy 3, get 1 free, half off Tuesdays, whatever. But instead of going to pay somebody like the radio or a billboard to market your stuff because there's eyeballs over there, you make your own avenue for marketing. And it's just a fun skill to have. I don't know who wouldn't appreciate the social affirmation of people just liking your stuff. And when it really, really helps is if you have something like landscaping or you work in real estate, anything that has a lot or a building or land that you can post regularly showing what you do. Like if you're a gardener, you can take aerial shots of your garden from above or do a symmetrical layout and do a bird's eye shot straight down. You have it really easy if you're trying to promote yourself if what you do is related to outdoors or land or anything at a venue, or even if you just travel a lot for work. I talk about more promotion and sales ideas in the course, but the most important thing you need to understand is that no matter what you do, however you try and promote yourself, you need to have good stuff to begin with. You cannot cry wolf, okay? You can't fly in there with bad footage and shove it down everyone's throat and get 3 likes from your cousins and your mom and say, look at this drone I just got. You have to be confident your stuff is great. You have to show it to a neutral third party, not mom, because she's going to tell you it's great no matter what, and have them say, wow, this is really nice. I like the color. I love this time lapse. I like the way you're flying, whatever. But you need to be confident it's good so that when you share it, it will take on its own. So don't spam people, don't bother people. And that means knowing which sunsets are better for photos because of the way the clouds are scattered across the sky, or knowing the right angle to get on that huge surfing event that happened the other week, or knowing which flying techniques look great in certain scenarios. Drone videos inspire a lot of awe. The angles and the height that these things can get is just downright incredible. But that will only get people to do a double take. You might have something interesting to look at, but it needs to be displayed well. It's smooth, consistent flying, even lighting, and rich but not contrasty color that keeps people watching. Everybody's seen the State House from every which angle, but did anybody know how symmetrical the grounds are from a bird's eye view? Find unique angles and show it well, and people will delightfully engage with you, but you have to make sure that you show it in all its full detail and color. But photos or videos of a landmark or something famous from a different angle that they haven't seen before is always a fast like from people. And right there is where I'm going to stop today's video, because that secret sauce is reserved for day 3, which is specifically on the application of how to do all these things. I'll also talk about my top things I look for when I'm hiring somebody or just gauging their experience, as well as a peek into our course with a free chapter on the 5 fast and easiest cinematic shots you can get that will up your game today and really aren't hard to do at all. Since you stuck around so long already, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow where we talk about this guy and how to change some settings to get it to work to its full potential and get you beautiful stuff.